Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So you guys are gonna love this. I was all set to react to a Ace Combat video that one of my viewers asked me to react to a while back. And I was gonna play guitar and this was gonna be like awesome, right? And then I hurt my fingers playing basketball yesterday. I'm not good at all. So then I was like, okay, maybe I shouldn't do a guitar video. Maybe I can just react to a vocal video like I've been doing with my Dimash videos. So I look at a Dimash video, and what do you know? Dimash also has a splint on his fingers. I'm like, are you kidding me? We both have like sprained fingers at the same time. It's pretty much like I'm the Syrian Dimash, you could call me. So I was like, I mean, this is like, if you didn't believe in a god before, like, I mean, what more evidence do you need? Am I right? All right, so we're gonna get into this. This is The Show Must Go On, the Queen legendary song, obviously, Freddie Mercury. So we're gonna see Dimash's take on this. If you haven't listened to my other Dimash videos, I would highly recommend that you do that. Here we go. Right, I love this beautiful orchestra. Is he getting white hairs already?
Empty spaces, what are we living for? Abandoned places, I guess we know the score. On and on, does anybody know what we are looking for? Another hero, another way to describe.
I don't know why in the last video that I watched, he was singing in English and it was pretty easy to understand. I don't know why he's a little bit harder to understand here. Anyway, you see his fingers in the splint. I really like this orchestral version of this song so far. A lot different from the Queen version. So we're in B minor, which is the same key that the Queen version is. Look at this, I'm playing like we're like that. Who needs it? Who needs it? Who needs these fingers?
You know what we are looking for. Another hero, another way to describe.
Mindless crime, that's right.
In the pantomime,
fixing his in-ears.
Does anybody want to take it anymore? Show must go on.
Beautiful.
Show must go on.
So this is something that I pointed out in the other Dimash video. I mean, I'm sure everybody who reacts to Dimash is saying this, but it sounds like there's more than one person there. You know, it sounds like he's trading off between a female and him, right? Which is pretty crazy. So he's in his head voice there. The show must go on. When you're in head voice, you really want to make sure that you have a pure pingy kind of a sound so that it's not breathy. Which is more engaging your falsetto, fake vocal cords. You go more like that, right? And it can sound like a completely different voice than your, you know, mid-range or chest voice. So, good stuff.
Inside my heart is breaking. My makeup may be flaking, but my smile.
You hear Dimash's voice coming through a little more. Wow! Hold on. That was sick.
A few moments later.
There's a sweet arpeggio that the violins do before it goes into a key change, going from B minor to C minor. The arpeggio is... Ow! The show must go on. Oh, that's sick. Good stuff. Shocking, right? From the B minor. Blah. Now it makes sense because we're in the key change.
I leave it all to chase. Another courage. Another
Love how his in-ear pops out. It happens to me all the time. Sometimes on purpose, sometimes not.
Does anybody know what we are looking for? Another hero. and not the mind.
What happened to his pronunciation?
Behind the curtain, in the pantomime.
That's such a beautiful note. Oh my gosh. See how open that he stays there? Everything is open here. Ha ha! Beautiful. No vibrato until later.
Does anybody want to take it anymore?
He's feeling it.
Show must go on.
There's his opera a little bit, right? Where is that?
Show must go on.
Oh, I love the kid choir. Very cool.
Inside my heart is breaking. My makeup may be flagging, but my smile still stays on.
Hot. Tell me that's an electric cello. Or electric violin, I guess. Hot.
My soul is painting.
Ooh, that was so cool. This is crazy how much it sounds like Brian May's guitar tone on the electric violin. I'm sure that that's on purpose, but it has kind of that squealy, very trebly. What I really like about this solo, both the Brian May solo and this one, is it's actually in the harmonic minor scale instead of the pentatonic scale. So this is going to be great, guys. One of my pet peeves in a lot of rock music is you can kind of tell when people know their scales or when they don't, because for a lot of rockers, there's a cliche where you'll do this pentatonic scale, and then it'll be time for your solo. Whether or not the song calls for it or not, you're like, I know how to do the pentatonic solo, so you'll be like... In a song like this, a pentatonic rock and roll type scale would totally take you out of the emotion of what the song is doing. You've got to play in the either minor or harmonic minor scale, and that's what this violinist is doing. I don't know what this Live at the Virtuosos, Young Prodigies and Superstars, I don't know what that is. You guys can let me know if you know. But my guess is that's why there's the children's choir in there, right? It's kind of like young prodigies with a superstar like Dimash. And potentially this electric violinist, who I don't know who that is, but he's crushing it. All right, let's keep going. I love that. Another key change. See him leans down. Here we go. He is such a showman. The greatest showman, if you will. So, a couple things right at the end here. Here's my guess. So he switches into his head voice, right? There's a definite change between the registers here. Right there. And that. Okay. Now he's still in that same register, and he can bring that up to the C. He's holding up his hand. His hand. And what I think he's doing is he is holding up the note as long as he feels like it's comfortable for him to, and then he's going to cue into the director when to bring the rest of the band in to finish the song. So he's holding it out. Now, I don't know. Like, this is just what I'm seeing from the first time, right? But what I see is Dimash has this note, but it's not as comfortable as it usually would be for him. Something happens, like, halfway through this where he's like, I want to cut this off a little bit early. Watch. Listen, listen. Hear it? I can't hit the note, unfortunately. I wish I could show you this. But so he's like, I better cut this off now. Okay, I'm gonna go see if I'm right. We're gonna go to the original The Show Must Go On that Dimash does and see what he does at the end and see how long he holds it out for. Alright, here we go. Oh, he's not singing in English in this one. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. That is crazy. That is such a different performance. Oh my gosh. That is so different. That's a G instead of an F, so that's a full step higher than where he was in his mix before he goes up to that head voice. What? What? That's up to a D instead of the C, so that's also a full step higher. This version that he does, it's 8 years later, so I'm sure there's a lot of stuff going on within that time with his voice and stuff and everything. This one is a little bit more standard ending of a song for a vocal performance like this. Just walks up the scale, you know. Cool. So it looks like the Virtuosos is like a tour that they'll bring different young prodigies and superstars like Dimash and some of the young children in the choir, and there's different violinists and things like that that are also child prodigies, which is really cool. They'll go and bring them to different, you know, countries and states as a tour. So this is not just a Dimash concert, which I think is one reason why it's a little less showy and less focused on Dimash and the visuals and all that, because they're traveling, you know, to everywhere. It's not just focused on Dimash, which I think is really commendable. I was noticing that he just seems more like matured here, and maybe now his years of experience, he can encourage and be a mentor. So this was awesome. You know, me and Dimash a little bit handicapped, short-handed today, short-fingered, I should say. So let me know what you guys thought of this Dimash song, maybe how it differed from his older version or from the Queen version with Freddie Mercury. I mean, two unbelievable singers, two of the best that have ever done it. So it's amazing for me just to be able to watch these amazing singers and give my take on what I hear happening, and hopefully that helps you to have some sort of an inside scoop. I hope you learned something. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you have not. Be blessed, and I will see you in the next video.